Hello and welcome back to another game. I got home from work today and the first thing I wanted to do when I got home was watch another game of Age. I wanted to watch something interesting, so I chose these players particularly. We'll run through who they are in a sec, and of course we are on Arabia again, just because I want to see this stuff. I'm going to try and branch out, hit some more players. We're going to try and get some more into some really difficult kind of master maps, and if we see any interesting builds along the way, I think we're just going to go through, break them down and see exactly what's going on. So that way, when we see it later in games, we know exactly what's happening, where the opponent's eco at, where the person they're against eco's at, and what they've had to do to actually get there. Just give us a better game sense in the idea. Plus, it means we'll learn a little bit of what's going on. So, in the yellow, playing as the Malians, we have MBL. His opponent for this game, it's not going to take me over to him if I hit plus, but if we go down his side of the map, in the blue corner, we have Tatoh playing as Incas. Reason I wanted to watch these two go at it, Tatoh comes up with some interestingly amazing diverse strategies, and on top of that, we've got MBL. There we go, now it's working. MBL, it takes us over to him. He is probably one of the greediest players in the game to date, and I love it. Absolutely love it. The man is just a beast. If he can steal it, he'll do it. If he can take a resource, he'll do it. If he can cheese you, he will cheese you. Nothing is off limits, and I absolutely love it. It means going up against him, you have to be in a very different kind of mind frame. This person isn't going to be nice. He's not going to give you everything like that. He's going to make you work for it every step of the way, which means in tournament games, he generally just, oh man, he just plays phenomenally well because he's just in such a great mood from the get-go. He's playing his usual game. It's not like Viper, where Viper doesn't wall up in regular games. MBL, he just goes at it. He's going to do exactly what he's going to kind of do to you all the time. So, super interesting from there. Jumping back to Tatoh, if you don't know this player overall, you should be following his stream. Got some amazing stuff straight away going on for him, and the idea is really that this guy just comes up with some amazing builds, and this is where he's going to be in a really good place across the new expansions, things like that, just because he's really going to be able to push it to kind of its limit. He's been doing some amazing plays recently that people just have not been able to figure out how to play against, so interesting to see what we're going to kind of get from here. I'm going to slow it down just for a second. Actually, no, we got heaps of time. So Incas overall, we kind of know how they work at this point. You really need to go some kind of eagle push out of them or straight into, obviously, archery. From there, you know, you've got a little bit of cheap of stone, things like that going on. You start off with a free llama, which is kind of cool, but mostly, really what you want to do, get up in a feudal, get out of feudal into castle, and castle's where you kind of get all your advantages straight away. From there, of course, some Malians, we know buildings cost less wood, infantry get extra armor. That's pretty much the extent of what they're going to have. Of course, their stable units do get plus, I think it's plus 5 attack overall when you do get their unique upgrade, but at the same time, they're missing Paladin, they're missing Hussar, they're missing Imperial Camel, so overall, not exactly a huge difference in terms of what you're going to get out of it, but it does mean they're absolute just beefcakes of units. They will do damage. Barracks getting dropped down a little bit, pretty much at drush timing, really, luring that deer in as well, so it puts him in a good place. Both players going down with Loom, and it looks like we are going to be seeing a late-style drush from both players again. Of course, just to kind of push out, do a little bit of damage from there. Because, of course, if they did want to play a little bit more defensive, they would put their barracks up a little bit later during about, I guess a little bit more towards feudal age, and of course if they want to kind of skip the barracks in general, they'll put it up about halfway towards feudal age, so they know what's going on, and man, these feudal times are just getting so impressive now. They're down to just about the 10-minute mark, 22 pot for both players, which means 21 villagers and a scout overall. What have we got out for, looks like we may be going the route of a drush. Yep, there we go, so units are getting created. How's MBL doing? Is he getting that one out into play? And he's going for his militia as well, so militia at the moment becoming a very staple in games. It's been awesome to see how effective players have got with them over the years. A drush used to be a lot of nonsense, a lot of just poking in, doing damage where you can kind of thing, but now it's kind of been perfected and seeing a staple of a lot of plays. Really, it helps you get into that feudal age and a better timing, and of course it's not just used as kind of a little bit of a, I guess, a placeholder to get into a fast castle scenario, but now it's becoming pretty regular, so games are getting pretty hectic from the moment they start now. Moving on to gold already as well, so it looks like we should be hopefully seeing some kind of archery play from him straight away. Of course, being able to skip over, I guess, stable, all that, so really going to kind of stay away from that, because of course, look, what's the point? May as well just go for it and see exactly what does happen. As for Tatoh moving forward, see, this is what I was saying. A lot of players won't move forward, things like that. And I'm actually going to take out that wolf nice and quickly as well. Going to move forward. Looks like he's going to drop an aggressive a couple of military buildings, I guess, and see what he does decide to do. Whether he drops some archery ranges, an aggressive tower, because of course he can tower up over here, try and push this out. Looks like he will scout it coming forward, though. Will get the militia on the front lines. Both players going down with man-at-arms. Tatoh already putting double bit axe into it, so going to be in good place in terms of his economy. Villagers moving forward as well, so it looks like we are going to see a big aggressive play here. It looks like he is outnumbered in terms of militia. Villager count is very, very similar, but 1 up at the moment, so he is actually going to get pushed back across the map. This is not what you want to see. Archery range going down straight away for MBL, so skipping the stable. And it looks like this is going to be a little bit of an aggressive play in the middle. Looks like he's going to take the fight. He does have more units here at the moment. Man-at-arm upgrade, of course, going to be heaps helpful. And, of course, that extra armor can help out a little bit overall as well. But, of course, the man-at-arms here, if you can get the hill bonuses that matter, not really going to be able to do too much damage. Those villagers loomed as well, so can't really do too much against it. Tatoh going down with the scale mail armor, so trying to get back into the game here. We might actually see a lot more aggressive play from these man-at-arms now as well. He's going for a second, no second barracks, but potentially going to be seeing an eagle transition very, very soon as well. So could go for potentially a deagle push out of here as well. Hasn't got his second barracks down, and it looks like he might actually be just going man-at-arms. Forging getting pumped out as well. Going to be in a good place to take out these man-at-arms and really push into this gold. Because, of course, if we can deny this gold, it means the archery range is going to be next to uses. And it looks like MBL's actually been housed on top of this. Going to see a little bit of a fight on top of the hill here. Both players looking for a good engagement, doing a little bit of a dance. MBL going to come up against another man-at-arms here as well. So the numbers are getting very, very evened out. And how are we looking for health? A little bit low there. Most of the man-at-arms for Tatoh looking really good overall. Does have that armor, of course. That's going to make a big, big difference. Can take out that guy. Can take out that one. Losing one of his man-at-arms there now as well. Can take out this. Potentially going to lose a couple of villagers in this fray. Man-at-arms should get taken out. Does have the hill bonus there, but a villager has been taken out. Potentially going to be able to take out another one here as well. An archer is on the field for MBL, but Tatoh looking like he's in a good position to really keep pushing forward now. Did lose his other man-at-arm there. Only 2 left on the field at the moment. Man-at-arm for MBL does go down. Villagers in a hardcore fight now. Potentially going to lose one of these guys if he's not careful. Eagle Warriors joining the fight, so we'll be able to run these guys down now. Get in there, do a little bit of the pokey poke damage, and of course, that 1 armor not going to be too big of a deal, because that Eagle Scout's going to be dealing 4, because he's got the +1 on there already, so some very fast upgrades coming down. It looks like the Watchtower as well, going to cut off that gold, and more man-at-arms in play as well. Not going to actually take out that archer. What have we got down here? Eagle Warrior coming up, and there's the second barrack. So a little bit of a different build order for it, and I would say Doubts is probably a little bit more effective, but still he's managed to push MBL back across the map. He's got map control, and more importantly, he's denied this gold on the front. MBL, what else have we got? It just reminds me, we actually didn't stick around and have a look at the map, so we might do that quickly just on MBL's side. So main lumber here towards the front of the TC, has gone for a split on the side here, does have his main berries in the back, stone in the back as well, so we'll actually be able to trade that off for gold, which is probably what it's looking like. Potentially get some aggressive towers out, or some defensive towers even. Defensive tower coming up on the front, going to be able to get his second gold here. Always a good decision. Tatoh looks like he's going to be taking the deer. Never a bad idea, you know? Looks like we're going to see a little bit go down here. The tower should, of course, push this one away. Oh, actually going to get in there with the villagers. Man, people are playing so aggressive with villagers now, and I absolutely love it. It's really just pushing things over the edge. The economy isn't quite as... I guess everyone's kind of just macroing their economy to the max at the moment, so they really don't need to know what they can kind of do against it. That eagle going to move in, more eagles as well, and of course they will take down this tower eventually, because of course that building attack bonus, pretty much everything here's got. Gonna have to be careful not to lose any of these villages as well. A really good garrison there, potentially gonna have another one here as well. There we go, really effective garrisons by MBL as well, just delaying as much as possible. A couple of skirms out in play, of course, not gonna be doing too much damage to those +1 eagles, but at the end of the day, it's just really there to kind of sit there and push everything away. Villagers getting pushed out, potentially gonna lose a couple more here, remembering a couple of those are very, very low already. There goes one, and those villagers, they're just hammering away, trying to do the damage. They're gonna get there eventually, but it's just not as quick as it needs to be. Again, low HP villager, low HP villager, low HP villager. Tatoh really doing the damage at the moment. Tatoh 14 to 8 KD at the moment, so there has been a lot of combat thus far. More villagers actually getting pulled forward as well, trying to repair the tower by the looks of things. Tatoh not going to have it. Going to start doing damage. It looks like it is getting taken out faster than it is being repaired now. Needs to deal a bit more damage to these villagers though. Going to do his absolute best to try and take out some more, kind of push the population as much as he can. Skirmishers moving in, and of course Tatoh going to lose a lot of these villagers here on the bottom. Little bit of fight going on, of course, going to re-garrison that. Perfect timing on the re-garrison. And that village is going to get pushed out of there. Eagles, come on, turn around and get him. Going to lose an eagle there. Potentially going to lose a second one here as well. Did take out one more villager though. So I guess Tatoh is at least keeping MBL's just, I guess his economy is just awkward as possible. Looks like both these villagers will have full health, so we won't see too much damage. And again, just try and take this tower out. Second watchtower potentially going to come up as well. Did lose a villager there, and Looks like the garrison again, such an effective garrison from MBL. He's done such a good job on this. That tower, though, barely surviving this now. More villagers popping out. They are going to go in for the kill. They are going to repair that tower off. And another defensive tower going to come up on the front. That said, Tatoh moving forward with his own towers, looking to get in there. Man, this is messy, and it's what we absolutely love to see in this game. Messy games like this shows you, they just show absolute skill in what they're doing and precision on what the actual plan is here. Managed to keep enough farms on for that continual production of villagers. Looks like he has kept his stone miners on as well. And man, this is absolutely crazy. Villager counts are neck and neck. 34 APs, 4 military for Tatoh, 4 for MBL as well. And man, it looks like Tatoh going to slowly start to peek ahead here. Of course, in a little bit of a better spot because his economy has not been hurt overall yet. Another tower coming up for MBL as well, and Tatoh going down with a aggressive tower, I should say. Like, defensive of this tower, but aggressive in his opponent's face. Gonna have to take this one out, and losing another villager there as well, and potentially another one getting taken down. No, gonna get out there just in time. Did lose an eagle though. Backing up with eagles as much as he can. It looks like MBL actually retreating across the map, so we're gonna take this chance just to come down, have a look at Tatoh's base. I'll keep an eye on the minimap and jump up, and hopefully nothing too much goes down. Gold in the back, quite a few villages on. Stone on the right, of course. He does need to get those extra towers up. Market getting dropped down as well. Not sure if he wants to kind of buy his way up or if he just wants to kind of get enough in there that he can kind of just trade some resources around, do a little bit of market research and go from there. At the same time, they're remembering he does only have barracks out on the field, so he's not going to be able to kind of do too much about an uptime without having this one. MBL going down with wheelbarrows, so could be considering going up. Looks like he's just about kind of got the food count he'll need to do it. However, 40 of 40 pop. Needs to get an extra house up to become unpop capped. And it looks like this might be what we're seeing. Another tower going up for Tatoh. Man, this is some aggressive placement right now. Looks like he's not going to actually have the tiles to really be able to reach it. Have we seen? Yes, there we go. So +1 damage and range has been done for Tatoh. Not for MBL yet, and that's going to be a little bit of a difference there. MBL going down with the market as well. Looks like he's going to try and buy his way up to Castle Age. He does have the stone to really be able to do so. Sell it off, get his gold count up. Does have quite a bit of food in the bag as well. That pop cap, of course, going to help him kind of get up there a little bit earlier. But at the end of the day, he kind of wants that extra pop. Defensive tower again going down for MBL. And man, this is just turning into a super rough game. He's just about cut into where he's going to be at. The Eagles coming in as well. Going to be able to do some serious damage to these towers if they choose as well. That +1 damage going to really help out. And the +1 armor, of course, going to keep him alive that little bit longer. And it looks like, man, he's trying to clear this up. He's got villagers in the fight and everything. He is currently 3 villagers up on MBL, 39 to 36. So he's not really losing out too much in terms of eco here. And overall, we are seeing quite a few idols at the moment from MBL as well. Just trying to figure out what to do with them. Over here, over here. How are we looking down over here? Not too bad. Tatoh bought 100 food, another 100 food. Looks like he should be hopefully on his way up to Castle Age very, very soon. Same can be said for MBL. Lots of stone in the bank. Does have a lot of food in the bank as well. Just about where he needs to be. Tatoh sold 100 wood. MBL sold 200 stone. So both players getting very close to clicking that castle button now. And of course, Tatoh probably going to go up to Castle Age and then going to drop down a castle and start kind of use that as a defensive tool. Go from there. Tatoh, I guess he could do the same. Looking at his economy, looking at what he's got there. Tatoh actually clicking up first. There you go. Could potentially see a castle come up right here. Go nice and aggressive with it. Drop down and really try and do some damage. I don't think we're going to see too much of the elite unit just because the Kamyuk in the sense probably not going to be too effective. Especially considering his opponent didn't even go for any, I guess, cavalry at all. But these eagles, that's what we're going to see. We're going to see the Eagle Warrior upgrade. We're going to see the Chainmail upgrade. We may even see an extra bit of forging on top of that as well. And then, of course, just go for the upgrades, man, and just raid. Because if he can get in here and do the damage, Siege Workshop comes down, we see either a Ram or a Mangonel. This is going to be very, very hard to stop. Tatoh currently up by about 300 points. Only going to see about 20 seconds difference in the castle timings. Both players have clicked up. Should be arriving there about 26-22. Jumping around for Tatoh, just having a quick look at his economy. Currently sitting on 40 villages with 12 military units. MBL at the moment sitting on 40 villages as well. However, only 4 military units, and that's a couple of skirmishes, which, as we know, we've got that 3 pierced armor on the Eagle Scouts already, only doing 2 damage. We know where that leaves us, guys. It's not going to heal them, but it's going to at least do minimal damage. How are we looking over here? Tower has been taken out, so has been able to go back to chopping the wood here. Probably the most important thing. Still going on the stone, and it's looking like both players getting very, very close to putting a castle up. Wouldn't surprise me if we do see a direct castle drop from Tatoh straight away. And it looks like he's going to be able to accomplish it very, very soon. I guess same goes for MBL. If he can get a defensive castle up in this kind of location here, even on the front to take his gold back, it'll put him in a good spot. But it's just about where he's going to be able to put it and when he's going to be able to put it down. MBL actually going for stone mining tech as well. So it looks like he is committing into this defensive playstyle right now just to try and get some stuff up. Tatoh up to Castle Age. We should see Eagle Warrior come down any second. We should hopefully see Chainmail as well. There's Eagle Warrior, Squires, Chainmail. He went one more on that. Bowsaw as well. The man knows his upgrades. He knows what he's doing. Siege Workshop coming up on the front. So not seeing that aggressive castle just yet, but are we going to see mangonels or are we going to see rams? I guess that's probably the big question right now. MBL is up to Castle Age himself. Hopefully should see a defensive castle from him. Going down with a blacksmith, and there's the defensive castle. Not sure if we'll be seeing the elite unit too much. Not sure if this is actually it's the best kind of thing. I'm not even sure how it's pronounced. I'm pretty sure it's the Gebto. Hopefully that's right. Correct me if I'm wrong. Both players going down with the castle, so Tatoh putting one in the front here as well. The Eagle Warrior upgrade makes such a difference. 55 HP, 7 base attack, 3 base pierce armor as well, so that's a huge difference. Scale Mail going down for MBL, Squires as well. He might actually be going back in a military here as well. Looks like Squires going to be pretty much the deciding factor, I guess. Is he going down for a second... Are we going to see a second barracks anywhere? What's the game plan here, MBL? You got some serious upgrades. What are you doing with it? Are we going long swords, or I would actually love to see long swords. Kind of hard to keep up with the Eagle Warriors, but at the same time, if you want to get aggressive, it's a really good kind of play. Castle coming up, and there we go. Gebto straight away. Gonna be interesting to see exactly what he does decide to do with it and how he does decide to play out. From there, I guess that's probably the big thing straight away. Gonna try and do some damage with those guys. Not exactly sure how it's gonna go down. What are we seeing? Are we seeing... It looks like we did see a Mangonel come up, so he's going to have a little bit of trouble pushing into this straight away. Of course, he does have the 7 range on those Mangonels. MBL only having the 8 on the castle, so can push in against the barracks, can push in against the archer. And there we go, Forging going down, Handcart as well. Bodkin Arrow just finishing up at the moment for Tatoh, trying to get a little bit of extra range on this guy. And MBL, what's the plan here? Are we going to see the Gebtos come out? And are we actually going to see the elite unit here? Because it's been a long time since we've seen some elite units out in play. 47 villages for Tatoh, 42 for MBL. A little bit of a score difference at the moment. We're looking at roughly 700 points, so you can kind of tell who's in front at the moment. But that said, we've seen some amazing comebacks in the past. Maybe we'll see one in this game. The double Mangonel, though, looking like they're going to be in a good place. That said, the Eagle Warriors will be able to get into the economy very, very soon. And with that massive 5 PS armor, they don't care. That's probably going to be the big thing to take away. There's the Ghetto. Got that huge speed straight away. What is the plan, mate? What is the plan? 10 plus 1, 30 HP. 1 plus 1, well, 1 armor, 1 armor. Chainmail going down, trying to get that a little bit more armor and increase that survivability, because remember, they do have extremely low HP. 5 range on these guys as well, because they are a ranged infantry, kind of the same way of throwing axes. And what are we seeing there? Slingers! Slingers from Tatoh. Wasn't expecting that one. Of course, anti-infantry will be really decent to deal with those Ghetto as well. Hopefully, he'll kind of move in across the board. Chainmail going down. Lions. Anything else you can kind of rely on here? Not really. Let's see how this goes down, I guess. It's probably going to be the question, how does this go down? Got the 2 armor on them now as well. Potentially going to be able to run in straight under this. A good hit with the Mangonel straight away. Going to run in on top of these guys. Doing the damage. Again, a good attack ground. Ooh, didn't get the throw out there as well. It looks like most of the animation finished off, but not the entire thing. Slinger's doing some serious damage, and oh, taking out those Eagle Warriors quite easy. Actually doing quite a bit of damage on that one. Man, I need to go look into the tech tree and see what kind of damage they do. Scale parting going down for MBL. Are we seeing that's a stable? Potentially going to see some knights out in field, because of course he could get that elite tech. And Arson going down for Tatoh. Looks like he wants that extra damage. If we see that elite tech come down, that'd be super, super interesting. Because, of course, he's going to get Town Center's Fire more arrow. Then off the bat of that, he can kind of get the extra... Whoop, that's not the button I want. That's on it. Nah, he's nowhere near Imperial. I want to see that huge attack bonus on these guys. That would have been awesome. Doing a decent job here at taking out some units. Slingers, of course, really pushing it as best as possible. Selling 100 wood, 100 food. Sold another 100 wood. Looks like he's trying to get as many of these units as he can. It looks like he's going to run across the map and actually try and do some damage. We'll run into a couple of Slingers, though. And remember, Slingers have that bonus, and Ghetto such low HP. That's probably the big thing that's going to hurt them the most. Doing his best to kind of micro it out. Getting right on top of them. In the back, though, we're seeing the Eagle Warriors get into the economy now. Knights on their way out. Of course, we know Malians not too bad Knights, and it looks like these units are going to kind of come in and stall that economy pretty hard. Denying all these farms, potentially could get into the wood line in the back here. Going to get up on top of all these guys, and man, this is going to be a huge issue now. because he has no way to defend this. He moved out across the map with his Ghetto, and I don't think it's going to be enough here. Ballistics going down, Pattern Archer armor going down. He really kind of wants to push this one home by the looks of things. Of course, the Eagle Warriors, once they do hit Eagle Warrior instead of just Eagle Scout, they get a bonus versus the Cavalry. So in a good place overall there. What are we looking at down here? Still trying to push out across the map. Such a fast unit, but I don't think it's going to be enough. MBL, GG. Looking at the final results there, we've got Tatoh 64 villagers, MBL only on 45, 14 military for Tatoh, 8 for MBL. And just look at the amount of idle time in that. But, man, just 22 idle villagers. That's not what you want. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. An awesome game like this. I'll see you in the next one.